Hello, everybody. I wasn't sure anyone would be able to switch their schedule, so I'm excited to see you guys. All right, it's time, so we'll get started. If you have a towel, a yoga blanket or a towel, bath towel or beach towel, I'm going to cue it. And then shorter practice today, so let's get going. Yeah, come into any position that allows you to tap into your breath. If you're using the compassionate flow Sufi grind, get comfortable so your spine is long, tall, and free to move. Wherever you are, take a deep breath in. Exhale to begin circling. Small, easy circles, focusing on your breath. Inhales find their way all the way down to low belly. Low belly releases. Exhale. And draw everything back to center. Belly in. Ribs towards each other. Tall spine. And using your circling movement, if you're choosing to use this movement, as a way to get that mobility around the pelvis. The low belly, which certainly impacts pelvis and low back. And the rib cage start to free up above that. Your breath might truly be a physically awakening event. Inhaling to feel for expanding, opening, releasing tension. And exhaling to gather back to center. Connecting to that grows your movements. Your circles can become as big or freeform as you please. Or perhaps you prefer to slow down, even lie down to focus on the breathing. That's fine too. If you are circling, find a comfortable place to pause the circle. Maybe when you lean forward, take a breath in. Exhale will reverse. And circle for about 8 to 10 more breaths. Start to wind your way back to stillness. Lying down is fine if you're already on your back. We'll move into a breath exercise. If you signed in after I cued you to find a blanket or towel, you can do that now. Just keep your breath going as you find your blanket or towel. I'm in a teacher training. It's a prenatal, perinatal yoga teacher training, but we're mostly talking about alignment. So it's some of the things I'm learning, yes, will come into this class. One big key of what we're learning in taking the practice off the mat is how we continue to be mindful in our movement and breath when we're doing things like the dishes, bending over to pick up the things we dropped, etc. Satali breathing. We'll inhale through a rolled tongue. If you can stick out your tongue and fold up the corners to make a straw, do that. Not all tongues do that. It's a genetic thing. If it doesn't, just purse your lips to make a straw. You can't train your tongue to do that. We'll sip in through the rolled tongue or straw lips. And then relax your mouth to exhale nose. A couple of rounds like that. Inhaling through your pursed lips or your rolled tongue. Exhale nose. Continue inhaling mouth. When you exhale nose, see if you can rest the tongue on the roof of your mouth. Three more breaths like this. Those of us in Ventura, there's a heat wave warning for this week. This breath is energetically cooling. You might actually taste that as you're sipping the breath in. Maybe use this as a tool for your own internal air conditioning. All right, straighten your legs out. Come up to sitting if you are lying down for pranayama. And if this seat is an option for you, bend your knees. Drop your right knee over to the side and left heel back by your butt. You can sit up on something if you like. If this isn't a regular Baddha Konasana or cross-legged seat, it's fine. We're moving into neck release. If your right knee is bent out to the side, walk your right hand out to the side, about 18 inches away from your hip. Then plant your palm down. Hug your right shoulder up towards your ear. Exhale, drag the right shoulder out of ear and hang head to the right. Reach left arm to the left. Fingers towards the ground by your left hip. We've been talking a lot about neck release work in this training because this does come from Forrest Yoga. I often refer to this as a stretch. And to clarify, it's less of a stretch than an actual release. So yes, you will feel for those tight areas. And use your breath to feel that organic unwinding in the neck. Neck softens, head maybe hangs a little bit more, but that's not the goal. Reach through your left hand to pull yourself back to center. Right hand comes to your face to prop your head back up. Little twist to your right, left hand to the right knee. Look over your right shoulder if that feels like a sweet stretch to your neck. If it's inviting the tension back in, keep your chin lined up over center of chest. Then feel for lengthening up. Left hip, if you're in this mermaid-like position, left hip can be pressing forward, leaning onto the right hip and thigh. Lengthen the tailbone down. Then pull your left hip back down to the ground to unwind the twist. Bring your knees up and over to the other side. If you're coming in this position, just be mindful of how you move this right leg back. This tiny little tight hip flexor does the action of pulling it forward. So if you move too quickly and without breath, it will cramp up. Good reminder to be mindful, I guess, just not a pleasant one. All right. Walking left hand out to this side, plant your left palm down. Drag your left shoulder away from ear. If you're not sure where shoulder is, try to touch your ear and then pull it away. Reach right fingertips to the ground by right hip. Inhale, spread the collarbones wide. Exhale, relax tongue on roof of mouth if possible as you relax head to the left. We've been also in this training talking about tongue positions, tongue exercises as a way to release jaw tension. Two more breaths. Breathe into whatever you're feeling in right neck, shoulder. And on the exhale, send softness there. Neck stays relaxed as you use your hands to walk your spine back to vertical, then left palm to face. Pick your head back up. Twist to your left, right hand, left knee. And again, you might press your pelvis forward, tilting onto the left hip, right hip forward, tailbone down. Tailbone moving into the body is what I should say. Your butt is coming off the earth, your tail. Exhale, right hip pulls back to pull you back to center. And straighten your legs out. Now find your towel or your yoga blanket. If I had a towel, which I do, you can see a full towel is about the size of a folded up yoga blanket. You'll fold this in half. And then fold it in half again. And then again, a third time to make a little bolster. Yoga blanket, again, you just fold up to it. Well, it's about that strip, maybe 1 or 2 inches high, not too high, 4 inches wide, about the size of your sacrum. So to come down onto this, and again, we've been trained to work with pregnant bodies. You can come down however you like. Maybe lean on one hip on your little bolster, come down onto your side, and then roll onto your back. So your roll is right underneath your sacrum, your tailbone, and the smile of your butt cheeks hangs off one edge. Your low back is free on the other side. Feet on the floor, toes active. Put your hands on your rib cage. If your hands can reach rib cage and pelvis, feel for connecting the two, the hip bones and the ribs towards each other. So the back ribs are softening down onto the mat, but the lumbar spine stays soft. We're not tucking the tail or pressing the low back down. Take a breath into your rib cage, expanding it out to all sides without blowing the front ribs out. Exhale, pull low belly down and pick your left foot up. Line knee up over hip. Inhale, feet on the ground. Torso has not changed. Exhale, pull low belly down. Pick the right foot up, knee over hip. Inhale, set both feet down. Allow the low belly to release, but don't pop your ribs out. Exhale, draw low belly in. Pick left foot up. Inhale, feet down. Exhale, draw low belly in. Pick right foot up. Now, option to continue just like that, or pick the left foot up so both knees are lined up over your pelvis. Knit those bottom ribs back into the belly towards each other. Exhale, right heel towards the floor. If it's your ribs pop out trying to touch heel down, you're straining low back, don't try to touch the floor. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left heel towards floor. Draw low belly down. Inhale, center. Low belly expands. Exhale, draw low belly in, right heel down. One more side. Inhale. Exhale, left heel towards the ground. Check in with neck, jaw, tongue, relax. Inhale. If your feet are off the floor, open your legs into frog. If your feet are on the floor, maybe Baddha Konasana, knees drop open. Exhale, pull low belly down. Now a little tuck of the tailbone up. Bring your legs back together. Exhale, open the legs, curl the tailbone up, pull low belly down. Inhale, knees up, one more like that. Exhale, open your knees, butterfly or frog, curl tailbone up, pull low belly down. Inhale, back to center. If your legs are up, lower one foot at a time. And roll onto your side. Coming to all fours for a micro twisting quadruped. And yes, these are some new things I'm learning in this training, so I'm exploiting you guys a little bit by learning to teach them on you. But I'm also, of course, picking the ones I like, so I hope you like them too. All right, coming into a tabletop, and I've turned my little bolster into a wrist bolster, so that might feel sweet to you, allowing your hands to rest on the blanket, your fingers hang off the edge, hands a little wider than shoulders, so your wrists can relax. If that's still not enough for wrists, of course, you can take any other hand position. Just be careful if you're on your fists. We're about to load one arm at a time. Come into your neutral spine. Inhale to lift the upper back up between your shoulder blades. And then exhale, tilt the top of the sacrum down a little bit, tailbone up for a natural spinal curve. Keep those front ribs in, just like when we were lying on our back. Inhale, start to turn your chest towards your right arm and keep the right arm straight as you lift the right hand off the earth. Exhale, lift your left knee off the earth. Pull low belly in. Hand down, knee down. Inhale, twist your chest towards the left arm, lift the left hand up, arm is straight. Exhale, pick your right knee up, pull low belly in. Hand down, knee down. Inhale, twist chest to the right, make sure the low ribs are still in. Exhale, lift left knee up. Draw navel to spine. Hand down, knee down. Inhale, twist left, left hand up. Exhale, right knee up. One more round. Come back to center. Inhale, turn your chest towards right arm. Pick the right arm up. Exhale, pick left knee up. Pull the sides of the waist up. Hand down, knee down. Inhale, turn to your left, pick left hand up. Exhale, right knee up. Come back to center. Move your bolster towel out of the way. Come down onto your elbows. Dolphin prep. Wrap your hands around your upper arm bones so your elbows line up under shoulders, maybe even a little closer. Hands interlaced in front of you, relaxing the wrists down. Hang your head down. Press the ground away with your wrists, with your elbows. Relax your neck. Lean your hips back. Keep them high so you're stretching back out of your shoulders with a relaxed neck. And as always, option if you like, dolphin, tucking your toes under, lifting knees off the mat. But feel for pressing down with your wrists, hugging the elbows in, turning your triceps towards your ears, wrapping your shoulders, and then leaning back, lifting out of the shoulders. All right, set your knees down if they're up. Let's all crawl out onto our belly. Oh, first, use your blanket bolster. Put it right underneath your hip bones. These, well, not everyone can feel them, but the two pointy bones in the front of your hips will go on the blanket. Your pubic bone will hang off toward your legs, so your pubic bone can curl down to the ground. If you're too far forward, your pubic bone's on, it'll lift your butt in the air and you'll feel it. It'll feel like a pinch in your low back. I want you to feel for the tailbone, thighs moving towards the ground. Fold the arms in front of you, quarter boat. Rest your head on your hands. Relax your legs completely. And feel for lengthening the tail towards your feet, curling the pubic bone down toward the ground, almost like you're trying to lift those hip bones off your little blanket, tilting your pelvis, and start reaching the right leg back. Activate the toes and start to lift the leg up straight. Don't bend the knee to lift it. Feel for lengthening. Left leg as relaxed as possible. Turn your right inner thigh up towards the sky. And I'm not relaxing my head because of my microphone, but you keep your head relaxed, your jaw and tongue relaxed. Exhale, lower the right leg down. It might feel a little longer than the other leg. Again, re-tuck your tail toward your heels. Feel for scooping low belly up a little bit, and then start to reach the left leg straight back, so much back that it starts to lift up. Rotate the top of the thigh in towards center. It's like you're turning your knee in, not out. And keep lifting, lengthening. Contract your left sitting bone towards your tailbone. Not clenching the glute, but firm up the bottom of your bottom. And then relax down. Now option, keep your head on your arms while we do both legs. Or if you like, interlace hands behind your back. Any other variation for boat is fine, or Shalabhasana. Hands interlace, I do recommend bending your elbows so you can get the palms to touch, so you get out of that holding the cell phone position. As you straighten your arms back, your wrists straighten. Legs are reaching back so much they might lift up, but feel for that lengthening. If you felt that when you did one leg at a time, I want you to do that here. Continue to lengthen, unwinding your legs from your pelvis. Lengthen tail back. Keep that curl of pubic bone down towards the ground. Feel for lifting your hip bones up by drawing belly in. Breathe up into your heart. Exhale, lower down. Take a moment to rest if you like. Or next place we're going, we'll be transitioning towards standing. So if you prefer to cat-cow or down dog for these next couple breaths, drink up the breath. We will reform our little bolster on our way up. So if you're already standing, breathe as you bend down to find your blanket or towel. Now I had my towel as a strip. I'm going to unfold it once so it's just slightly wider. And then roll it up from the short end, essentially turning it into about a yoga block, a soft yoga block, a soft round one. If you're working with a blanket, a yoga blanket, which is thicker, I wouldn't fold it. I would just roll it up. So you end up with a roll that's about, I don't know, 4 to 6 inches in diameter. And shorter class, so we're not going to break out the measuring tapes. This is for calf stretching. And if you did downward dog, breathe into your calves, check out their status. All right, stand with your little roll in front of left foot. And we'll start with the right foot where it is. Step the left foot slightly forward so you can put your foot on the roll. Are my feet visible? So I'm up in my training room, so can't see my TV, but I can't really see you guys anyway. All right, check that legs are parallel to each other. If it's okay, outside edges of feet parallel to your real or imagined yoga mat, which might feel a little pigeon-toed, knocking your knees together. Then feel for rolling the thighs away from each other without straining knees. This might be enough calf stretch. Of course, if it's too much, unroll your roll a little bit or step the right foot further back. You want more? Then step the right foot up next to the left foot. So you're standing in Tadasana, sort of. Whether your foot is front or back, you can put hands on hips. Make sure hips are balanced. And some of you walkers want even more stretch. Well, then you step the right foot forward a little bit. But then feel for squaring off the hips, no strain in low back. We'll add a round of shoulder shrugs. Relax your arms down. Inhale. Hold the breath in, squeeze shoulders to ears. And exhale, roll them down the back. Inhale, balloon your upper back wide. Exhale, squeeze shoulder blades in towards each other and pull them down 1 more inch. Feel for those front ribs staying in the body. 1 more round. Inhale, fill upper back. Exhale, squeeze the bottom angles of the shoulder blades in and down. Maybe your elbows bend a little bit, palms forward to help squeeze. All right, relax your arms. Breathe as you step off your little bolster. And then move it in front of your right foot. For me, I already know this is tighter calf, so I'm going to stay way back. And set right ball of foot. Make sure not just the toes, but the ball of the foot is on your roll. If you have a half cylinder, of course you can use that. That is what we're making with the blanket. I don't recommend a pointy block. All right, feel for squaring off the hips and then adjust your footprint if you want more or less stretch. Feel for pubic bones slightly forward in line with your hip bones. Yes, in this prenatal class, we're talking about pelvic alignment a lot. So if you thought I taught about pelvises a lot before, oh boy. All right, this round we'll do goalpost arms, chest opener. Bend your elbows, about shoulder height, maybe lower. Feel for those front ribs staying in towards each other, in towards the body, tail down. So actually bring left hand onto your sternum. Inhale into heart. Exhale, soften your sternum down towards your pubic bone. Keep moving the right hand back a little bit. An elbow maybe rotating forward. Breathe into the stretch in the front of the right shoulder and into the right chest. You can traction left hand over to the left a little to open up the chest tissues if that doesn't strain. Some of you, yes, your arm will start to go back behind you. Don't wing it open. Feel for stretch, traction, juiciness. If your left hand's still on your chest, go ahead, replace it with your right and open your left arm. Send left elbow forward, hand back just a little. And again, chest tightness, front of shoulder tightness has a lot to do with all our other rotator cuff stuff. So breathe into the tightness without irritating anything else in the shoulder. Adjust the arm position, make it yours. All right, relax both hands down. Breathe as you step off your roll. Shin stretch, standing with your feet parallel to each other. Let's bring the left foot back first onto the left toenails, straight leg if possible. Stretching the top of the foot, ankle. Drop your tail down. You might feel the stretch all the way into the front thigh and hip. Those of you with ballet background might need to bend the right knee and find ways to get deeper into the left shin. Exhale, left foot back forward, change sides. Use your breath to move right foot back. If you need to be on a wall, that's totally fine here. Great cue to hold the wall and then square your pelvis. Feel for ease of the tail down. The hips and pubic bone may be in alignment. That's a whole conversation, but just feel for squaring off your own hips so there's ease. And come back into your Tadasana. 3 half sun salutes. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, arms. Activate your feet. Use your turned on legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time, bend your knees, sit back into your low chair, reach your arms forward. And if your feet are separated, feel for the knees being right over, or you can actually look for the knees being in line with your toes and then shift them back towards your heels. Feel for reaching the tailbone straight back. Draw the ribs into the belly. Some of you will lower down to sit from where you are. Some of you will put your hands down, set your knees down and lower down. Those of you coming through squat, remember your hands can catch you if you're on a hard floor. Whoops, and lose control. Lie down on your back. Finishing in a spinal twist. And if you like, drawing the right knee up. Well, first, scoot your hips over to the right. Pick your right leg up. And then maybe roll over onto left hip so your right shin, ankle and foot can rest on the bolster. Right arm opens to the right, or hand remains on the ribs, especially if your shoulder's up. Make sure shoulder's not tweaky. And you might massage your right hip, pelvis away from your ribs. Gaze any direction where your neck can relax. Tongue softly rested on roof of mouth. Not pressing the front teeth, just behind it. To untwist, maybe bring right arm across the body into fetal curve. Roll onto your back. If you'd liked having the bolster underneath your shin, then pick it up. Move your hips to the left. Other option, if you didn't figure that out for yourself, holding the bolster between both shins. I like it better than having just bolster between knee, foot on the floor. It's because it rehabs that chronic rotation in the pelvis. Again, overcorrecting might be irritating, so just take little bits at a time. Good. Arms wherever, neck can relax, shoulders feel easy. An option to massage your left hip away from you. Decompressing low back. If you'd like to take a shavasana that's longer than 2 minutes, we can say namaste now, and you're welcome to turn off your Zoom and rest uninterrupted. If you're taking your 2-minute shavasana, come into any resting position, whether your legs are up on your bed or you're splayed out in an unsupported corpse shape. You can use your little bolster underneath your hips. I think we're calling this iliopsoas lengthener. Knees will stay bent, relaxed. Feeling the low back hanging and relaxed. And if you're in the iliopsoas toner, maybe your hands on your hips, you can feel for the softening. Connecting to all those abdominal pelvic structures that hold so much tension. You maybe stayed on Zoom, but want to stay in your resting position after all. Tune me out. Let my voice be in the background. If you're coming up, I recommend rolling onto one side. Relaxing there on your side for just a moment. Notice how you don't have to do anything to be in that shape. And keep your neck relaxed as you press yourself up to sitting. It might be one of the most advanced practices in yoga. Namaste. Oh my gosh, thank you guys for signing in. I'm going to sign up rather abruptly because I have to get back into class. Oh wait, no, I have 5 minutes. But thank you so much for doing whatever you had to do to be here. Hi, Nick. Bye, Nick.
Best was going crazy in there today.
I know. She's been very relaxed through this training. She's kind of loving it. Partly because I've had the heat on, but today I didn't, and she still was basking.
Usually she's walking around all slow, and today she was zip, 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 zip.
Yeah, which is a change in the past few days. That's funny.
Found something interesting. Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome. When did you say
Thank
you start
you.
teaching at the school? Next week?
Monday, next Monday.
All right, I'll check in with you by then. I love
She'll be
you.
back for